So if I check the video at the end of the class, if it comes out well, I'll send the link for this one, or I would look for a reference video which we already have. So there are some parts of these vector tools that we have not explored. So we've only drawn box, circle, and lines, right? So I've not shown you some extra tools like the polygon and other tools. All right. So the same way, the good thing is that it's the same way you draw a box, it's the same way you're going to still draw a polygon. So there is nothing like special about drawing a polygon also. Now I told you guys that when you look at these tools here, you click inside, you find extra tools, right? You find extra tools inside of them. Now here we have a polygon, we have a star, we have a complex star, we have impact tool, graph, spiral, basic shapes, arrow, flowchart, banner shapes, and callout shapes, right? So all these tools are in here for you to use. Now to draw a polygon, you remember how we drew the box, right? So you just come in there and select the polygon and you draw. All right, so we're going to give this polygon a size, and I've already told you that to give sizes we come up here. So I'm using 2 by 2 so that we can have enough space to like draw a lot of stuff, right? So this is a polygon. Now inside of Corel Draw here, we don't have a tool for drawing triangle or any other one, but inside of this polygon we are able to like create a triangle, create a star, create different things. Now how do we do that? So let's say I want to create a triangle. Now if you look up here, we're going to see that the polygon has 5 sides. All right, so it has 5 sides. So for me to like get a triangle has 3 sides, right? So what I'll simply do is I'm going to reduce this numbering from 5 to 3. All right, from 5 to 3. So just tap here down to 3, right? So there we have 3. So now we have a triangle. But the moment I reduced it, you can see that the size here changed. You said? Did you say you can't hear me?
Did you say you can't hear me? Or what did you say?
Somebody just
spoke.
Yes, like I just heard you now.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue.
So I said when we draw a polygon,
the polygon is going to have 5 sides, right? So I said there is no tool here for drawing a triangle. So if you want to draw a triangle, you would need to draw a polygon first. Then you reduce the size, the number of sides it's going to have. So the polygon has 5 sides. Triangle has 3. So reduce it by reducing it to 3 here, or you can type the number 3. So as you can see, that is the list you can go to. You can make it from 3 upwards. So you can even have 10. You can have as much as possible. All right. So I just made this 3. So I increase the airline. You see the outline. I increase to like 4. So instead of going back to my polygon again to draw another one, all I will just do is I said I want to make this one 2 by 2 also. That is 2 measurement by the width and 2 by the height. So I'll duplicate it. Ctrl D. I have another one here. So I want this one to have like 4 sides. Right. So now we have a kite. 2 by 2 also. So I'll duplicate again. Now that bring it back to 5. So if you're trying to create shapes like this, all you need to do is use the polygon tool. From the polygon tool, you'll be able to like create other stuff. Now in here, after the polygon tool, we have star tool, right? But mind you, you can convert these polygons into star also. Now when you duplicate 3 of them, right? How do we manipulate this stuff to become? Then your hands is up. If you have a question, just say it. So if we duplicate this just like we were able to manipulate a
to
box
have
to
curved
have
edges.
curved edges.
It's the same way
It's the
we
same
can be
way
able
we
to
can be able to
manipulate these
manipulate
shapes
these
to
shapes
have
to have
other shapes.
other
Now we're
shapes.
going to go
And
to
we're
the
going to go
shape
to the
2.
shape 2.
All right.
All
So
right.
when you click on
So
the
when you
shape
click
2
on the
and
shape
touch
2
these
and touch these
items, you
items,
see they
you
have
see they have
nodes around
nodes
them,
around them,
right? So
right?
if I should
So if
move
I should
this
move
particular
this
node
particular
downwards like
node
this,
downwards like this,
I can turn
I
a
can turn a
polygon into a
polygon
star.
into a star.
All right.
All right.
So any of the
So any
nodes
of
I
the
move,
nodes I
it will
move,
change
it will
it
change
into
it
another
into
direction,
another direction,
right?
right?
So we can move the
So we can
nodes
move the nodes
outside,
outside,
we can move
we
it
can move it
inwards,
inwards,
and we can also move
and we
it
can also move it
cross
cross
aboard,
aboard,
right? And it
right?
will form
And it will
something
form
different
something different
entirely,
entirely,
right? We can move it
right? We can
outside
move it
like this
outside like this
as much as you want.
as much as
So
you
and
want.
these nodes can
And
be
these nodes can
rotated,
be
right? They can be
rotated, right?
rotated
They can be
around,
rotated around,
just like
just
taking it
like
round.
taking it round.
So you can move it
So you can
round
move it
and form
round and
something
form
different
something
entirely.
different entirely.
So from a star
So from a
to this.
star to this.
Now even for the
Now,
kites
even for the
also,
kites
so that
also,
there are
so
always
that there are
nodes
always
around
nodes
them like
around
this,
them
so
like
they can
this,
form
so they can
something
form something
different.
different.
And even for the
And even for
triangle
the
also,
triangle, so
just like
just
that.
like that.
So depending on what
So
you're
depending
doing
on what you're
and
doing
what you're trying to
and what you're
create
trying to create
at that moment.
at that
So
moment.
it was these
So it was these
shapes that we
shapes
converted
that we
into this.
converted into
So I'm going
this.
to give them
So I'm
the
going to
same
give
because
them the
the
same
moment
because
you change
the
them,
moment you
there are
change them,
measurement
there are
changes here.
measurement changes
So I'm
here.
going to make
So I'm
it
going to
have
make it
that
have
same measurement
that
2
same
by 2
measurement 2
also.
by 2 also.
Okay, this one is still at 2
Okay,
by
so I
2.
stay at 2
Let's
by
check
2.
this. So I want to maintain
I
that
want to maintain
space.
that space.
So remember what I
So
said, whatever
remember
I'm
what I
doing
said,
here is
whatever
already
I'm
like
doing
a
here is
class
already
work.
like a classwork.
So
So
you're going to like
you're
try to
going to like
recreate
try to
anything
recreate
like this.
anything
Just try
like
to
this.
recreate
Just
something.
try to recreate
So I
something.
want you to test your
So I want you to
creativity
test
and
your
then
creativity and
submit
then
it.
submit it.
So we
So
have talked
we
about the
have talked
polygon.
about the
Now
polygon.
inside of
Now
here,
inside of
there is the
here,
tool we
there is
call
the tool we
star,
call star.
right? So if you draw the
Right? So if
star
you draw the
like this,
star like this,
that is your star,
that is your star.
and we can make
And
it
we
to have
can make
our
it to
measurements
have
that we'll
our
be using.
measurements that we'll be using.
So the
So
outline
the
measurement is
outline measurement
4.0.
is
The reason
4.0.
I'm using
The reason
4.0 is
I'm
so that
using
you guys can
4.0 is so
see
that
it
you
well.
guys can see
You
it
see
well.
when it
So you
wasn't
see when
4.0,
it
it
wasn't
was very, very
4.0,
light.
it was very, very
So now
light.
it's 4.0, you
But
can
now
see
it's
it
4.0, you
more
can see
clearly.
it more clearly.
Now, the same
Now,
way
the same way
these polygons can be
these polygons can
manipulated,
be
we can
manipulated,
manipulate the
we can
star
manipulate the
itself.
star
So if I should
itself.
go
So
here,
if I should go here,
I can move these
I
stuffs
can
around
move these
also.
stuffs around also.
Right? It becomes like
Right?
an
It becomes
airline.
like an airline.
I can bring it
And bring it
outwards
outwards
and turn it into
and
a
turn it
polygon
into a polygon
immediately.
immediately.
So the star will
So the
definitely
star will
return to a
definitely
star,
return to a star,
depending on the kind of star
depending
you
on the
want to
kind of
do.
star you want to do.
Right? So if I
Right? So
duplicate
if I
this
duplicate
also,
this also,
one more thing you
and
see
what
here,
you
if you
see
look
here,
up
if you
here,
look up here,
there is
there
a
is
number. So the
a
star
number.
starts
So
from
the star
5.
starts from
You can
5,
make it
you
4,
can make it 4,
3.
3.
So the same way with the
So the same way
polygon,
with the polygon,
you can keep
you
going,
can
keep
keep
going, keep
going,
going,
keep
keep
going,
going, keep
keep
going,
going, keep going, keep going,
as much as you
as
want
much
to.
as you want
Now,
to.
if you look
Now,
at
if you
the
look at the
spacing of the
spacing
pointy
of the
arrow here,
pointy
that is,
arrow here, that
let's
is,
say the rays
let's say
from the
the
star,
rays from the star,
is at
is
37
at
currently.
37
So this stuff
currently.
can be
So this
increased
stuff can be
also.
increased also.
So the more you
So
increase
the
it,
more
the
you increase
smaller
it, the
the
smaller
center of
the center
the
of
design
the
gets.
design gets.
All right.
Right?
So let's
So let's
make space for
make
others.
space for others.
Then,
Then,
like I said,
like I
once
said,
you have known how to draw a
once you have
box,
known
you'll
how
be
to
able
draw
to
a
draw
box, you'll
any
be
other
able to
thing.
draw any
All
other
right.
thing. Right?
So we have what we call
So
the
we have what we
impact
call
tool.
the impact tool.
It's not really a tool that you
It's
might
not
be
really a
using
tool
every
that you might be
time.
using every time.
Just draw it.
Just draw it.
You will see stuffs
You will
like
see
this,
stuff like this.
right?
Right?
So this ones can be
So this
increased.
one
The
can
airline
be
can be
increased.
increased.
The
So you can
airline
use
can be
this
increased. So you can
for
use
like
this
background.
for
So
like
there is a
background. So
radial
there
form.
is a radial
So I
form.
know radial means
So I know
circular,
radial means circular,
and there is still
and
the
there is
parallel
the
form.
parallel form.
So you see immediately
So
it
you see
changed.
immediately it changed.
Parallel form is straight
Parallel form
lines.
is straight
So if I
lines.
should duplicate
If I
it
should
like this
duplicate it like this
and say radial,
and say radial,
it will come in rounded
to come in
shapes.
rounded shapes. also it can be
So also
changed
it can be changed, yeah,
to inner
to
boundary
inner
or
boundary or
outside boundary.
outside boundary.
So a whole lot
So
of
a
tool
whole lot
inside
of
here
tool inside
that
here
you can
that you
check
can
out,
check
right?
out, right?
So practicing of
So
all this
practicing
would
of
make
all
you
this
get
would make you get
better. If you want to
better. If
like
you want to like
use them in your
use them in
designs,
your
it will
designs,
be easy
it
for
will be
you to
easy for
use.
you to use.
So we can increase the
You can
airline
increase the
also.
airline also.
So you might not see the
So you might
airline
not see
stuff
the
here
airline stuff
when
here
you click on one,
when
but
you
if you
click
click
on
on
one, but if you
F12
click
on
on
your keyboard,
F12 on your keyboard,
remember F12
remember
is a
F12
shortcut
is
for
a
giving
shortcut for
airline
giving
also.
airline also.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So I'll try to
So
like
I'll try to like
introduce much of
introduce
them. So this is
much
like a
of them. So
graph
this is like
paper.
a graph paper.
I think I'll do this
I
on
think I'll
another
do this
page.
on another page.
So let's say you're
Let's
creating
say
like
you're
a
creating
graph
like the
page and
graph
you want
page
to
and you
draw
want to draw
graph box. So we have a
graph
graph
box. So we
tool
have a
here.
graph tool here.
So when you tap on it, you see the
When you tap on it,
measurement
you see the
4 by 3.
measurement 4 by
So we
3.
can increase
So we
it
can
to let's
increase it
say
to, let's
20
say,
by
20
20.
by 20.
Then we can
Then
draw
we
all
can
over the
draw all
page
over the page
just like that.
just like that.
So instead of
So
drawing
instead of
multiple
drawing
boxes,
multiple boxes,
you can just
you can just
easily
easily
select the size
select the
here, how
size
many
here,
boxes
how
you
many
want,
boxes you
20
want,
by 20
20 by
or 10
20
by
or 10
20,
by 20,
as much as you
as much
like.
as you like.
So it can
So
be,
it
just
it
make
can
sure that
be,
whenever you
just make
click
sure
on
that whenever
it,
you
you
click
are
on it, you are
always changing it
always changing it
to depending on the
to
size you
depending on the
want
size you
it
want
to fill
it to
the
fill
page.
the page.
There you have
There
it.
you have it.
So there's a graph
So there's
tool
a graph
inside of
tool
it.
inside of it.
Then we have
Then we
a
have
spiral
a
tool here.
spiral tool here.
So spiral is
The
just like
spiral is just
going
like
round.
going
So
round.
there is the one that
So there is
come
the one that
symmetrical
come
spiral,
symmetrical
and there's
spiral,
also
and there's also
logarithmic spiral.
logarithmic
So you can
spiral.
increase the
So you
airline
can
here also
increase the
before you
airline
draw
here
it.
also before you draw
So
it.
let's say we make it
Let's
the
say we
same
make it the
2.0,
same 2.0,
cancel.
and so
We can increase
can
the
increase
number of
the
spirals.
number
So
of
if I make
spirals. So
it
if I
9,
make
see how
it
it look
9,
like.
see how it look like.
If we reduce it
To
also
reduce it also
to like 5, you
to
have
like
just
5,
5
you have
lines.
just 5 lines.
So depending on what
So
you
depending
want
on what you
at that
want
point
at
in
that
time.
point in
So I told
time.
you there are two types
So
of
I told you there
spirals.
are
The
two
ones
types of
that come
spirals, the ones that come
from this way and the
from
one that
this
comes
way
this
and the
way.
one that comes this way.
So I just increase
So I
my
just
page
increase my
size so that
page
I can
size so
get
that
more
I can
stuff
get more
on the
stuff
page.
on the page.
So you can increase your
So
page
you can
size by
increase your
just
page
clicking on your
size by just
screen,
clicking on your screen,
come in here and
come in
just
here and just
type in how much you
type
want
in
the
how
page to
much you
look
want
like.
the page to look like.
Then there's basic
Then
shapes.
there's basic
Now,
shapes.
basic
Now
shapes
the basic
are
shapes
different from
are
these normal
different from
ones,
these normal
whereby
ones,
you would
whereby
just
you would
see the
just
actual
see
shape
the
here
actual shape
and you
here
can just
and you
draw.
can just
Now,
draw.
inside of
Now
basic
inside
shapes,
of
you
basic
would have
shapes,
to now
you
go
would
up
have to
here
now
again.
go up here again.
There's a tool up
There's
here.
a
So
tool
you
up here.
tap and
You
select
tap and select
what shape you
what
want,
shape you
right?
want, right?
So there is the
So
heart
there is
shape
the heart
inside of
shape
there
inside
also.
of there also.
We'll just select
We'll
two
just select
and
two
we are
and
done
we
from
are
there.
done from there.
So whatever one you
So
want
whatever
to
one you want
select
to
in there,
select in there,
you draw
you draw
just like that.
just like that.
same
The
thing
same thing
when you go
when
into
you go into a
arrow shape, so
arrow
you
shape.
see
So you see
various kind of
various
arrows,
kind of
right? Various
arrows,
kind of
right?
arrows
Various
that you
kind of
can
arrows
use
that you can
in
use
design. So
in
most
design.
times
So
when you want
most
to do
times when you
stuff
want
like
to
this,
do stuff like this,
you might not need to
you might not
download
need to
them. You just
download
find
them.
them
You just
in
find them
here.
in here.
Then there's flow
Then
chart
there's
shapes,
flowchart shapes,
and
and
what other ones is
what
there?
other ones is there?
Yeah, just basically the
It's
same
just
thing.
basically the same thing.
Let's just pick one
Let's
from
just
here.
pick one from here.
So for these call out
So for these
shapes,
call
we
out
can
shapes, we
move
can
this
move this the
chart icon
chat
where we want it
icon
to
where
be
we want it to
exactly
be exactly
by just moving that
by
red
just moving
button,
that red
right?
button, right?
Same for this
Same
also.
for this also.
Oh, sorry, your hand is raised up.
Oh,
You have a
sorry, your hand is
question.
raised up. You have a question.
Yes, I still have 17. I've not been able to install that thing. These two, I think it's 17.
Yeah. There should be in
Yeah,
17.
There should be in 17.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Are you connected with your
Are
PC
you
right now?
connected with your PC right now?
Yes,
Is the Corel Draw on your
Is the
PC?
Corel Draw on your PC?
yes.
Okay, see what you do.
Okay, so what you do?
You check Windows.
You
There's
check
Windows here, right here,
Windows. There's Windows here, right here,
at the top.
Window, okay.
at the top.
Then go to your
Then go
workspace.
to your workspace.
Then
Okay.
Then
it should be at default.
it
If it's
should be
not at
at
default,
default. If it's not
you
at
can go to
default, you
specialty.
can go to
Make it
specialty,
illustration.
make it illustration.
It's on default.
Okay, go to
Okay,
specialty and
go to
select
specialty
illustration.
and select illustration.
I don't have that option. I have advanced. Okay, illustration is here.
Select illustration and
Select
wait for your screen
illustration
to
and wait
reload.
for your screen to reload.
So
So
all these tools that
all
I'm
these
bringing
tools that
out,
I'm
they are
bringing
inside
out, they are
of the
inside of
polygon
the
because
polygon because
you should have
you should
polygon
have
on your
polygon
Corel Draw.
on
You
your
have
Corel Draw. You
polygon there.
have polygon there.
When you have
When you
polygon, you
have
just tap
polygon, you
on
just
this
tap on
black
this
stuff,
black stuff,
this black arrow
this black
here. So
arrow
when you
here.
click on
So when
them,
you click
you'll
on them,
find these
you'll
extra
find these
ones
extra ones
inside.
inside.
Are you still hearing me?
Next, hearing me?
So just
So
click on
just
the black.
click on the black.
There should be
There
polygon.
should be
When you click
polygon.
on
When you
polygon,
click on
polygon
polygon,
comes
polygon
default.
comes default.
Polygon, you see
Polygon, you
polygon,
see
star,
polygon,
complex
star,
star,
complex
impact
star,
tool,
impact tool,
graph, spiral,
graph,
basic shapes.
spiral,
Every
basic
of them
shapes.
are
Every of
inside
them
there.
are inside there.
I think even in
I think
Corridor
even in
X3
Corridor
self,
X3 itself,
this
this
particular tool is
particular
there.
tool is
This one,
there. This one,
it's like a basic
it's
tool
like a
that should be
basic
in
tool that should
Corridor.
be in Corridor.
Alright, so I'll
All
stop
right,
with
so I'll
this one.
stop with this one.
So these
So
are like
these are like
basic
basic
tools and
tools
shapes
and shapes
that we can
that we
draw
can draw
here in Corel
here in
without
Corel without
stressing much.
stressing much.
Alright, so let me get
All
back
right,
to
so let
my
me get back
notes.
to my notes.
So we said
So we said,
what are vector
what are
graphics?
vector
Vector graphics
graphics?
are
And
made
vector
up of
graphics are made up of
parts
parts
defined by
defined by
mathematical
mathematical
equations.
equations.
So rather than
So rather
pixels.
than pixels.
So pixels are
So
for
pixels are
pictures,
for
right?
pictures, right?
So we said
So
this
we said
means
this
you can
means you
scale
can
them
scale
up
them up
or down
or
without
down
losing
without
quality.
losing quality.
So every single
So
thing
every
I've
single
drawn
thing
here,
I've drawn here,
if I should
if I
increase
should
them,
increase them,
they will still remain
they
the
will still
same,
remain the same,
right? They won't
right?
start
They won't
losing
start
quality.
losing quality.
Now the only
Now
problem is
the only
that
problem is that
is the
is the
outline. The outline
outline. The
might start
outline might
becoming
start
thinner.
becoming thinner.
I'll still show
But
you
I'll still
something
show you
outside
something
of that. But what I'm
outside
saying
of
is
that. But
that
what I'm saying is that,
let's say we give
let's
them
say we
colors.
gave
Okay,
them
let me get them
colors. Okay, let
colors.
me get them colors.
All right. So if I should
All
make
right. So
them
if I should
black,
make them black,
there's no point
there's
I'm
no
going to
point I'm
increase
going to
this
increase
stuff
this
to
stuff
that
to
the black will
that the
start
black will
cracking
start
or
cracking or
changing how it looks
changing
like.
how it looks like.
So it's going to
So it's going
remain
to remain
the
the
same way.
same way.
So they cannot
So they
lose
cannot lose
quality. They remain
quality.
the
They
same
remain
way
the same
they
way
are.
they are.
So,
So,
for example,
for
when we
example,
create
when we
logos
create
in
logos in
Corel Draw,
Corel Draw,
we can
you
fit it
can
on a
fit it
business
on a
card
business card
and also on a
and
billboard
also on a
without even
billboard
losing
without even
clarity.
losing clarity.
So we'll start by
So
creating
we'll start
basic
by creating
vector
basic
shape like
vector
rectangle and
shape like
polygon.
rectangle and polygon.
Then we'll combine
Then we'll
them to
combine them
build
to build
a
a
simple
simple
logo.
logo.
All right. So
Right?
let's just
So
design
let's
a
just
simple
design
logo
a simple logo
from any
from
of these
any of
ideas.
these
So
ideas.
let's say I
So
use
let's say
this.
I use this.
Let me go to another page
Let
for
me go to
that.
another page for that.
So I'm going to use
So
any
I'm
of
going
these
to use
icons
any
that
of
I
these
have here
icons
to
that I
like come
have
up
here
with a
to like
simple
come up
logo.
with a simple logo.
Or before we design the
Or
logo,
before we design the
there are
logo,
things we call
there are things we
rationale
call rationale
that gives us
that
ideas
gives
of
us
what we want to
ideas of
design.
what we want to design.
But since
But since
we don't have that
we
much
don't
time
have
now,
that
I'm just
much
going to
time now, I'm
like
just going to like
just design this
just
logo. So I'm
design
going
this
to use
logo.
this
So I'm going to
plus.
use this
Is
plus.
this plus?
This plus.
Like this plus is not
Like
plus.
this plus is not plus.
So by using
So by
this
using this
plus, I can
plus,
convert
I
it to a
can
curve.
convert it to a curve.
So remember what I
So
mean
remember
by
what I
converting to
mean
a
by
curve.
converting to
Control
a
Q.
curve. Control Q
It is now a
is now
curve
a curve
instead.
instead.
Then I
Then
can
I
break
can
this
break
plus
this
apart.
plus
All right. So
apart.
I
All
want
right,
to
so
change
I
it
want to change it
into something
into
different.
something
So
different.
remember our
So
curve
remember
tool,
our curve
our
tool,
shape tool.
our shape tool.
So with our shape
So with our
tool, I
shape tool,
can
I can
cut
cut
this
this
stuff
stuff
into different
into
aspects.
different aspects.
So I can
So
just
I can just
remove some
remove
nodes
some
from it.
notes from it.
I don't think this is what I
I
want
don't
to
think
do.
this is what I want to do.
So I'm going to use
So I'm going to use
typing instead.
typing
A
instead.
plus is not
A plus is
looking
not
like
looking
how I
like
want plus
how
to
I
look
want
like.
plus to look like.
So I'm going to type
So
a
I'm going to
plus
type a
instead,
plus instead,
and I'll
and
make it
I'll make it
to a more
to
bolder
a more
font.
bolder font.
Let's say Gilroy
Say
Heavy.
Gilroy heavy.
So I can
So I
convert a
can
text
convert
to a
a
curve.
text to a
We
curve.
converted
We
box to a
converted
curve. We
box
can
to a curve.
convert
And
text to a
convert
curve
text
also.
to a curve
So
also.
control
So
Q
control
here.
Q
So
here.
here's what I'm going to
This is
do.
what I'm going to do.
So there's a tool that
So
we
there's a
call
tool that we call
simplify or
simplify
tracing
or
about.
tracing about.
So I'll make this
So I'll make
box
this
to be
box
white,
to be
right?
white, right?
So I'm using
So
white.
I'm using
I
white.
drew a box on
I
top
drew
of
a box
it,
on top of it,
and I drew white.
and I drew white.
So now I'm going to
So now I'm
convert
going to
this
convert
box
this
into
box
a curve,
into a curve,
right? The box will
right? The
combine to a
box will
curve, which is
combine to a
control
curve, which is
Q.
control
So
Q.
control
So
Q
control Q
is now a curve.
now a curve.
So I
So
am going
I
to
am
move
going
this
to move this
upwards
upwards,
to this edge.
this edge.
So remember, there's no
Remember, there's no
guideline for this
guideline for
logo
this
I'm
logo
designing right
I'm
now. I'm
designing
just trying
right
to
now.
show
I'm
you how
just
to
trying to
use
show you how to use
vector
vector
images into
images
creating
into
a simple
creating a
logo.
simple logo.
So I'm
So
converting this
I'm
box to a
converting this
curve.
box
Remember,
to
I
a
will do
curve. Remember, I
curves
will
now.
do curves now.
So I'm just
I'm
tapping
just
here,
tapping
right
here,
left
right,
click, then
left
I right
click,
click,
then
and I
I
say
right
to
click and I
curve.
say to curve.
And I can
Then I
basically
can
just
basically just
bend here
bend
downwards,
here downwards,
convert here to curve
convert here to
also,
curve also,
and
and
here
and
downwards also. So I want to cut it
so I
from
want to
the
cut it
edge.
from the edge.
So
So
what I'm going to do is
what I'm
that
going
I'm
to
going
do is
to
that
use
I'm going to
this
use this
shape that I've created
shape that I've
to
created
simplify
to
this. That is to
simplify
cut
this.
through
That is
it.
to
So
cut through
the
it.
best way to
So
explain this
the
is
best way
like
to explain this is
you've
like
seen like
you've seen like
soft bread, right,
soft
and a
bread,
knife.
right,
So
and a
let's say we have
knife.
like
So
hot
let's say
knife,
we have like hot knife,
hot knife passing through
hot
butter.
knife passing through
So
butter.
the hot knife is going to
So the
create
hot knife is
the
going to
shape of the
create
knife
the
on
shape of the
the
knife
bread.
on
Maybe
the bread, or maybe
people that make
people that make
confectionaries like cake.
confectionaries like
You see
cake.
like all those
You see
star
like all
shaped
those
cookies
star
and
shaped
stuff like that.
cookies and
So
stuff
that
like
star
that.
shaped cookie
So
is
that star
placed
shaped
on
cookie is
the
placed
cake
on
and
the
it gets the
cake
shape
and
of
it
that
gets
too.
the shape of
So
that
this
too.
particular shape
So
that
this
I have just
particular shape
created
that I
here,
have just created here,
since it's on top of
this
it,
is
so
on top
look at,
of it.
I give it
So
a
look
color.
at, I give it the color.
It's on top of the
Is
plus,
on top of the
right? So
plus,
I'm going to
right?
hold
So
two
I'm
of them
going to
together.
hold two of them
So remember,
together.
there are two ways of holding
Remember, there are two
items.
ways of
It's
holding
either we use our
items.
pick
It's
tool
either
and
we use
hold
our
over
pick
all
tool
of
and
them,
hold over all of them,
or we tap
or
on
we
this,
tap on
hold
this,
shift and
hold
tap on this
shift
also,
and tap on this also,
right? So the moment we
right?
hold two
So
of
the
them,
moment we
we will
hold two of
see
them,
a
we
two
will see
here.
a
These are the
two here. These are the
more two
more
that we have not touched.
two that we have
So
not
we
touched.
have
So we have
weld. So weld is
weld.
used to
So weld
combine
is used to
objects
combine
together.
objects
So
together.
if I should click
So if I
weld
should
now,
click weld now,
they are going to
they
become
are going to
one
become
item,
one item,
right?
right?
So if I don't
So
click
if
weld,
I
we
don't click
have
weld, we have
trim, we
trim,
have
we have
intersect,
intersect,
we have
we have
simplify, and we have
simplify, and we have
front minus
front
and
minus
back minus
and
front.
back
So
minus
most times
front.
I prefer
So
to
most
use
times I
simplify
prefer to use
or I use
simplify
back
or
minus
I
front.
use
So
back
if I should
minus
use
front.
simplify
So
here
if I
now,
should use simplify here now,
watch, the moment I remove
watch,
this,
the moment I remove this,
see the shape is formed
see the
inside of
shape
the
is formed inside
plus.
of the plus.
So the shape is formed
So the
inside of it.
shape is formed inside of it.
Osai, your hand is up again.
Also,
What's the
your hand is
problem?
up again. What's the problem?
My hand is not up. Oh. Maybe not old one.
And come on now.
Come on now.
So
So
like this, we have
like this, we have
cut a shape in
cut
between.
a
Like remember
shape
I
in
said there's no
between. Like remember,
direction
I said there's no
for what we are
direction
making.
for what we are making.
So the
So
moment we have broken
the
them
moment we've
apart,
broken them apart,
if we should give a color
if we
to
should give
this,
a color to
they
this,
are still going to have the same
they are still
color.
going to have the
They're
same
still going
color.
to have the same color.
They're still going to have the
So
same
an
color.
easy way
So
to
an easy
break them,
way to break
we're
them,
going to use a tool which is
we are going
called
to use a tool which is
break
called break
item apart.
item
So
apart.
break curve apart,
So
which is
break cover
Control
apart,
K.
which is Control K.
Right. So instead of using
Right. So instead
Control
of
K,
using Control K,
you can use your mouse
you
right
can use your
click
mouse
and you
right
say
click
break
and you
cover
say
apart,
break cover
or you
apart,
can simply press
or you can
Control
simply
K on
press
your
Control
keyboard.
K on your
Control
keyboard.
K,
Control
and
K,
the items
and
have
the
broken. So you
items
can
have
move
broken. So you can move
anyone to anywhere.
anyone to anywhere.
Right. So
Right.
we can basically
So we
just
can
move this
basically
on to
just
this
move this
side.
onto this side.
Anyhow we want this
Anyhow we
design
want
to
this
look
design to
like.
look like.
So we can
So
also
we can
rotate
also
our
rotate
items,
our
right? So
items,
let's say
right?
I
So
want this
let's say I want this um,
plus to
plus
rotate
to
around,
rotate
right?
around,
So we have
right? So we have
degrees rotation
degrees
here.
rotation here.
Yeah, so if I should
Yeah,
to
so if
type
I should
90,
type 90,
this is going to
this
rotate,
is going to rotate,
right?
right?
So if I
So
don't
if
want
I
to
don't
use,
want to
let's
use,
say this
let's say
shortcut,
this shortcut,
that is here, let's say
that is
5,
here, let's say 5,
10.
10.
Let's say I didn't want to
Let's say I
use
didn't want to
what they
use
have here.
what they have here.
We can basically
You
just
can
select
basically
the
just
items
select the
together.
items
Once you have
together.
hold them,
Once you have hold them,
you tap on it
you
again,
tap
then
on
you
it
will see
again, then you will
some
see
arrows like
some
this
arrows
around
like this
the item.
around the item.
Then you can rotate
Then you can
it
rotate
around,
it around,
rotate the item by
rotate the
yourself,
item by yourself,
simply by just moving these
simply
stuffs
by just
around.
moving these stuffs around.
Now you can also make it
And you can also
slanty
make it
by
slanty
using
by
one,
using
two, three,
one,
four.
two, three,
Any of these
four,
items
any of
here,
these
and
items here,
bend
and
it like this.
bend it like this.
So if you are creating like a
So if you are
slanty
creating like a
image, you want
slanty
to look
image, you want to
as if
look
it's lying
as
flat,
if it's lying
you
flat,
can use any
you
of
can use
this.
any of this.
Then also, the
Then also,
rotation is
the
determined
rotation is
on where
determined
this
on where this
circle is placed on.
circle is
So
placed
if I
on.
should move this
So if I
circle
should move this
outside
circle
here,
outside here,
if I rotate, it's
if I
only here
rotate,
that's
it's
going to be
only here
moving.
that's
It's going
going
to
to be
just look
moving.
like
It's
when
going to
something
just
is
look like
hanging
when something's hanging
on a
on
hanger,
a
right?
hanger, right?
So these
So these
tools that we've drawn
tools that
here,
we've drawn
all these
here,
tools here,
all these tools
they can
here,
be turned
they can be turned
into a
into a
logo. They can be turned
logo. They
into a
can be
design.
turned into a
But most
design.
times it's better,
But
most
most
times for
times it's
designer,
better, most times for
when we
designer,
start sketching
when
these
we start
items
sketching
sometimes,
these
because
items sometimes
sometimes some of
because
these tools,
sometimes some of these
some of
tools,
these
some of
free
these
shapes that are here,
free shapes
you
that
might
are
not
here,
even use them
you
most
might not
times.
even use
I'm
them
telling
most
you.
times. I'm telling you.
Maybe at the beginning stage
Maybe
of your
at the beginning
designing,
stage of your
you might be
design,
using
you
most
might be
of
using
these
most of these
icons that
icons that
Corel don't have in here.
Corel don't have in here.
But as you start
But
getting
as you
better, you
start
get to the
getting
point
better,
where you
you get to
start
the point where you start
sketching your own
sketching
items,
your own
then
items,
using
then
the
using
tools
the tools
available to
available to
recreate them.
recreate them.
So I'm going to use
So I'm going
another
to
tool
use
to
another tool to
create another
create
icon.
another icon.
So let's use this
So let's
arrow
use this
tool. There's this
arrow
arrow
tool.
tool
There's
in
this
here.
arrow tool in here.
This one.
This one.
So I'm going to need to
So I'm
design
going to
a
need to
logo that
design
I've
a
done
logo that
before.
I've done
Look
before.
just like this.
Look just like this.
So I just drew
So I
this.
just
So
drew
remember I
this.
told you
So remember
for
I
these
told you
arrows,
for these
these lines
arrows,
can be,
these lines can
this
be,
red box can
this
be
red
moved,
box can be
right?
moved, right?
So you can move it to
So you
whatever
can move it to
extent
whatever
you
extent
want.
you want.
So I'm going to
So
like
I'm going to
duplicate it.
duplicate it.
So just like this, now
So
this
just
can be
like this,
a
now this
logo for
can
like
be a
a
logo for like
movement
a movement
brand. Let me see people
brand.
that
Let me see people
move
that move
cargo
cargo
or whatsoever. So
whatsoever.
this
So this
box like this,
box
just
like this,
together,
just together,
can be converted
can be
into a logo,
converted into a
right?
logo,
As
right?
simple as
As
that.
simple as that.
But it depends
But it
on
depends
your
on
direction in
your
the design and
direction in
what
the
you're
design
trying
and
to
what you're trying to
do at that
do
point
at
in
that
time.
point in time.
So let's say this brand name
Let's say
is
this brand
Prime.
name is Prime.
So I'll point out
I'll point out
what I did in this
what I
logo
did
right
in
now.
this logo right now.
So because we have not started
Because we have not
learning
started learning
logo
logo and
rationale,
logo
I might
rationale,
not really
I might
go
not
deep
really
into
go
what I
deep
did here.
into what I did
But if
here.
you look here,
But if you look
if I
here,
point this
if
out,
I
you see
point this
that I
out, you
created
see
like
that I created like
something like a letter P
something like a
here.
letter P here.
If you closely,
If you look closely,
you
look
realize
properly,
that
you will realize
this
that
is like
this
the
is
shape of
like
a letter
the
P
shape of
in
the
here.
letter P
So the
in here.
P in here
So the P in
representing the
here
prime,
representing the prime,
and
and
cargo
cargo.
means
Cargo
moving stuff
means moving stuff
for import and
for
export.
import
So
and
that's why we
export.
have the
So that's why we
arrows
have the
facing front
arrows
and
facing
facing
front
backward.
and facing backward.
So but don't really
So but
bother
don't really
about
really bother about
logo right now, how
logo
to
right
design
now, how
logos.
to design logos.
Would
Would
I think it's our next
I think it's
class.
our next class
We'll start talking about
start talking
logo
about
designs.
logo designs.
So
So
but just
but
being
just
able
being
to
able
get these
to get
icons,
these
it has
icons,
shown
it
that
has shown
we
that
can use
we
simple
can use
icons
simple
like
icons
this
like this
to do what?
to do what?
To
To
design stuffs,
design stuffs,
right? To
right?
design stuffs.
To design stuffs.
I want to pick a
I
color
want to
for
pick
it.
a color for it.
So I think I've been
So I
showing you
think I've
guys
been
how
showing
to
you
like
guys how to like
make just one
make
color,
just one
right?
color,
How to make
right?
just
How
one
to
color,
make just one
whereby
color,
we just pick a
whereby we just
particular
pick a
color
particular color
for a brand
for a brand
or for whatever you're
or for whatever
designing.
you're designing.
I think it's
I
time we
think
start
it's time
using
we
like
start using like
multiple colors.
multiple colors.
So you've seen
So you've
designs
seen designs
where
where
they are like, for
they are
example,
like, for
this
example, this
Explorer logo.
Explorer logo.
You can see that there's a
You
mixture of
can see that
various
there's a
colors
mixture
there.
of
So I'm
various
going to
colors there.
duplicate
So I'm going to
this stuff,
duplicate this stuff,
and from this same
and from
icon,
this
I
same
would create
icon, I would create
another kind of logo
another kind of
entirely
logo entirely
from this.
from this.
So for this one,
So
I
for
will be
this one,
using
I will be
airline
using
instead. So instead of
airline instead. So
putting the
instead of
color inside,
putting the color inside,
I'll be creating like an
I'll be
airline
creating like an
around them.
airline around them.
So
So
we
we
so I
so
told you that
I
when you
told you that
create
when you
airlines, so
create
watch this.
airlines, so watch
When
this.
this airline was
When this
close by,
airline was
it's looking
close
very
by,
thick,
it's looking
right?
very thick, right?
So if I
So
bring
if
this
I
stuff
bring
here
this stuff here
and I increase it
and I
to like
increase
an
it to
extent,
like
watch.
an extent, watch.
If I keep
If I keep
increasing it, you see that the
increasing
airline
it, you see
gets
that the
thinner,
airline gets thinner,
or an I don't know, I
or
call it
I
airline
don't know, I
most
call it
times.
airline most times.
The outline gets
The
thicker.
outline gets thicker.
So how do we
So how
avoid
do we
this? So
avoid
this is what you do.
this? So this is what you
When
do.
you have two
When you
objects
have
like
two
this, when you've
objects like
drawn
this,
them,
when you've drawn them
one and one,
one and
don't
one,
group them,
don't
right?
group them,
So you
right?
hold two of
So
them
you hold
together,
two of them
then we
together,
go to
then we'll
object.
go to object.
So there's object two
There's
here.
object two here.
So inside of the
So
object two, we
inside of
have
the
a lot of
object two,
tools
we
you
have
can
a lot
see,
of tools you can see,
like the insert
like the
barcode,
insert
inside
barcode,
new object,
insert
power
new
click. We have
object,
not even
power
touched power
click.
click
We have not
yet.
even touched power
So you
click
get to
yet.
understand that
So you
later.
get to understand
But
that
what I'm going
later.
to do is
But what
we
I'm
are
going
going
to
to
do is we
convert
are
the
going to
outline
convert
to
the
an object.
outline to an
So
object. So
outline is the
outline is the
outside. Let's say when you draw
outside.
a
Let's say
box,
when you draw a
immediately you draw a
box,
box,
immediately you draw a
it has
box,
like a
it has like
black box
a
outside of
black
it,
box
right?
outside of
So
it,
that is
right?
the
So
outline.
that is the
Now,
outline.
when you
Now,
fill
when you
inside,
fill inside,
the inside is
the
the
inside
object,
is the object,
right? So now I
right?
want to
So now I
convert
want
an
to convert
outline
an
to become
outline
an
to
object.
become an object.
So here's the
So
difference.
here's the
Watch,
difference.
I'm going to
Watch,
do this
I'm going to
again.
do
I want
this
us to
again.
really,
I want
really
us to really, really
understand what I'm saying.
understand what I'm saying.
So look at this.
So look at this.
If I want to give
If I
this
want to give
outline
this
a color,
outline a color,
if I should use
if I should
left click,
use left click,
let's say I use left
let's say
click,
I use left click,
is giving the
is
color
giving the color
inside.
inside.
So the outside
So the
color is
outside
black,
color is
right?
black,
So if
right?
I want to give the
So if I want
outside
to give the
color, I'm
outside
going to
color, I'm
use
going to use
what did I use before?
what did I use
Right
before?
click.
Right
Right,
click.
I'm going to use right
Right, I'm
click.
going to use right click.
Now,
Now,
what I want to
what I
happen is
want to
that
happen is
when I
that
use left
when I
click,
use left
the
click,
inside
the
won't be having
inside
color,
won't be
but
having
the
color, but
outside
the
will be
outside
having color.
will be having
How do
color.
I achieve
How
that?
do I achieve that?
I have to
I
convert
have to
this
convert
outline
this
to
outline
an object.
to an
So the moment
object.
it
So
turns
the
to an
moment it
object,
turns to
it's
an
no
object,
longer
it's
an
no
outline.
longer an
So I
outline.
go here and I
So I
say
go here and
object,
I say object,
convert outline
convert
to object.
outline to object.
So now if I should come
So now
here
if I
and
should come
click
here and click
orange,
orange,
it's going to have the color
it's going to have the
immediately,
color
right?
immediately.
So it's no
Right?
longer an
So it's no
outline.
longer an
So the
outline.
moment I
So the
convert it to
moment I
an
convert it
object,
to an object,
going to see the
We're
difference.
going to see the
This is an
difference.
outline.
This is an outline.
Now, when
Now,
you draw an
when you
item
draw
and
an
it has an
item
outline, you're
and it
going
has
to
an
look
outline, you're
down
going to
here.
look down here.
This is
This
the
is
bucket fill.
the bucket fill.
So bucket fill
So
is showing
bucket
none.
fill
It
is
means that
showing none. It means
what you
that
have, the
what
color
you
you're seeing
have,
right
the
now
color
is
you're
an
seeing right
outline.
now is an
So where is the
outline.
outline
So
color?
where is the
This
outline
is it,
color?
black,
This is it, black,
RGB. So for
RGB.
those who attended
So for
yesterday
those who
class on
attended
color,
yesterday class on
you see that
color,
we were looking for our
you see
X
that we were
codes
looking for our
here,
X
right?
codes here,
So
right?
even the
So
outline
even
also
the
have
outline
X
also
codes.
have X
But now
codes.
look at this one. If I
But
click
now
on
look at
this
this
one,
one. If I click on this one,
the color
the
here is
color
none,
here
while the
is
color
none, while the
here is
color
filled,
here is filled,
right? So it means that
right?
I've
So it means
converted
that I've
this
converted this
from an
from
airline
an
to
airline
an object,
to
or
an
from an
object or
outline
from
to
an
an object.
outline to an
So look
object.
at the difference
So look
now.
at the difference
If I
now.
should drag two
If I
of
should
them,
drag two of them,
make two of them bigger,
make two of them bigger,
you see what is happening?
you see what is happening?
This one is still
This
thick,
one is
while this
still
one is
thick,
becoming
while this
thinner.
one is becoming thinner.
So whenever you
So
create
whenever you create
objects like this and you
objects
create
like this and
outline,
you create outline
and they are going to be
and they are going to
made
be
bigger,
made
always remember
bigger,
to
always
convert
remember to
those
convert those
outline to
outline
objects,
to
right?
objects,
And easy way
right?
to do that is to
And easy way
select
to do
the
that is to
item,
select the
come to
item,
object, and you
come to
see
object, and you
convert
see
outline
convert
to
outline
object.
to
You
object.
just click on that.
Just click on that.
So that is
So
not what I
that
want to
is
do
not what
here.
I want to do
So
here.
for this
So
second
for this
icon that we
second
created,
icon that we created,
it is for a
it is
tech
for a
brand. So
tech
let's
brand. So
say,
let's say,
let's name it
let's name it
Code Hub.
Code Hub.
You guys might not really
Yes,
understand what
minority
I'm
of
doing
what we're doing
right
right
now
now
because
because
we're
we're
not
not
the
the
same
same frequency.
frequency. So Code Hub.
So Code Hub.
So let
So
me quickly
let me
explain
quickly
this. So some
explain
of you here
this.
might know
So some of
about
you here
coding.
might know about
So if you
coding.
say you want
So
to
if you say
write
you want to write
an HTML
an
tag, so
HTML
you say
tag, so you
there's
say
this bracket
there's this
where we have
bracket where we have
HTML. I think it's
HTML. I think it's
slash.
slash,
Should be slash at the
should
front
be
here
slash at the front here
or at the back?
or at
Anyone
the
shall.
back. Anyone shall.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Backspace.
Backspace,
HTML.
HTML,
And
and come
my
on,
brain is
my
rust
brain
for
is
you.
rust for
I
you.
don't know if it's slash
I
at
don't
the
know if it's
back or it's
slash
at
at
the
the back
front.
or it's at the front.
So
So
wherever the slash
wherever the
is.
slash is.
So what I'm really
So what
pointing out
I'm really
here
pointing
is
out here
the
is
brackets.
the
So if you look at this
brackets. So if
bracket
you look at
and
this
another bracket,
bracket and
so
another
for people
bracket,
to write
so for
codes,
people to
whether you're
write codes,
writing
whether you're
HTML code,
writing HTML
whatever code
codes,
you're writing, there's
whatever
always
code you're
like
writing, there's always
something like
like
a bracket.
something like a
So
bracket.
that bracket
So
can be
that
used as an
bracket
icon
can
to
be used as an
represent
icon to
coding,
represent
right?
coding,
So we
right?
bring in
So
these
we bring
two
in these
brackets
two
together.
brackets together,
Then
then
a hub is a place where
a
you
hub is
come
a place where people
together
come
to work.
together to
So
work.
the open
So
space
the
here
open
is like
space
the hub
here
where the
is
people
like
work
the
in.
hub where the
So
people
I
work
just
in.
needed you to
So I just
understand
needed you to
the idea
understand
that came into my
the
head
idea
to
that
just
came into my head
do
to
this.
just
Now
do
most
this.
times when
Now
designing
most times
logos,
when designing logos,
it takes more
it
time
takes
than this. So
more time than this. So
forget that I could
forget
just
that
do
we
this,
just
but
I could
because
just do
it's
this,
just
but
a
because
practical
it's
class.
just a practical
That's
class.
why I'm
That's
just
why
doing this
I'm just
easily
doing
for
this
us
easily
here.
for us here.
So now I want to give
So
this
now
a
I want to
color.
give this a color.
And remember what I
And
said.
remember what I
Every
said.
brand has their
Every
own
brand
color.
has
So
their own color.
Code
So
Hub might choose to use
Code Hub might
orangey,
choose to
but
use
let's use
orange, but
the
let's
popular
use
color that
the
we know
popular
like this,
color that we know
conversant
like
with
this, conversant with
tech brands like this.
tech
So they
brands
are
like
mostly
this.
like
So
blue
they are mostly
and
like blue
this
and
and the other color.
this and the
So I
other
said
color.
for
So I
this one
said
I'm going to
for
mix
this one
two
I'm going to
colors,
mix two colors,
or possibly say we
or
might mix
possibly
three,
say we might mix three
as much as possible.
as much as
So I
possible.
want to
So I
take
want to take
colors from this
colors from
explorer.
this
How do we do
explorer.
that? I
How
showed you
do we do
that
that? I showed you
our
that
color
our
eyedropper,
color
right?
eyedropper,
So there's a
right?
color
So
eyedropper
there's a
tool which you
color
can use
eyedropper
to
tool which we
copy
can use to
colors
copy
from our
colors
screen.
from our screen.
But when you click on it,
But
you
when
can
you
just
click
copy
on it, you can
colors
just
just
copy
from here.
colors just from
But if you
here.
want to copy
But if you want to
from the
copy
desktop,
from the
you
desktop,
have to
you have to
give it an
give it
instruction
an
that
instruction that
select from
select
desktop,
from
right?
desktop,
Select
right?
from desktop. So
Select
you
from
tap on
desktop.
copy
So
from
you tap
desktop.
on copy from
Then I
desktop,
can come down
and I can
here.
come down
I
here.
want to take this
I want to
dark
take
blue
this
first
dark
of all.
blue first of all.
So I'm filling it in
So I'm
here.
filling it in here.
Select from desktop.
Select
I
from
want to
desktop.
take
I want
this
to
other
take this
blue
other blue
that we have here.
that we have here.
Then lastly,
Then
I'm taking
lastly,
this
I'm taking this
kind of green.
kind of green.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is
So
that
what
I'm
I'm
going to
going to do
mix
is that
these
I'm
three
going to
colors
mix these
inside
three
of this
colors inside of this
design. So how
design.
do we mix
So
three
how do
colors
we
in
mix
a
three colors
particular
in a
object?
particular
We're going
object?
to click
We're
on
going to click on
F11.
F11.
So function 11
So
key.
function
So the
11
same
key.
way
So the same
F12
way F12
takes you to the
takes you
airline
to the
box.
airline box.
Like now, if I click
Like now,
F12
if I
now on
click
my keyboard,
F12 now on my
I
keyboard,
will have the
I will
outline
have the
pane
outline
box,
pane
right?
box, right?
So The same
So
way,
the same
to
way,
mix
to
different
mix
colors, we can
different colors, we can
click on F11,
click on
or
F11,
if you even come to
or if
this,
you even come to this,
you see this interactive
you see
field
this
too.
interactive field too.
You see that here we
You see
have
that here we have
uniform field.
uniform
You
field.
can also do
You can
fountain
also do
field here.
fountain field here.
Right, for fountain field, you
Right,
now
for
have to
fountain field, you
bring
now
this
have to
down
bring this down
and then select what
and then
kind of
select what
fountain
kind of
field
fountain
you want
field
to do.
you want to do.
Right, whether
Right,
a
whether
circular
a
box
circular box
or this kind of
or
wire
this kind
or
of
this
wire or
or
this
this.
or this.
All right, but
All
that's not
right,
what I want to do.
but
I
that's
want
not
to
what I
use
want to do. I want to
F11
use
instead.
F11 instead.
So F11 is
F11 is
more better. So
more better.
F11.
So
So you
F11.
see immediately
So you
now
see
I click on
immediately now I
F11.
click on F11.
You can see that we have
I
like
see that we have
two
like
colors here,
two colors
the
here,
orange
the
and white.
orange and white.
So how do you
So
select
how
this
do you
color? So
select
here
this
we have
color? So here we
orange,
have orange,
and here we are.
and here we are.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Here we have
Here
white.
we have white.
So we are going to change
We
the
are going to
colors.
change the colors.
How do you do that?
How do
You
you do
tap
that?
on
You
this
tap on
particular
this
box that has
particular box
orange.
that have orange,
Then you come down
and you
here
come down here,
and you can change the
and you can
colors.
change the
You can
colors.
change it
You can change it
anyhow,
anyhow, any
moving these
moving
stuffs
these
around.
stuffs
Right?
around.
You can change the
Right? You
colors.
can change the
But
colors.
that's not what we're
But
going to
that's not
do.
what you're going to
We
do.
are going to use the
We're
color
going to use the
eyedropper
color
instead. So when
eyedropper
you tap
instead.
on
So when
this,
you
you say
tap on
color
this, you say
eyedropper.
color eyedropper.
What color do I
What
want?
color
I
do I
need this
want? I
blue
need
first
this
off.
blue first off.
Right?
Right?
Now at the center,
Now at the
I'll
center,
put the other
I'll put
blue.
the other
So
blue.
how do I bring
So
out
how do I
another
bring
color?
out another color?
It's just like
It's
creating
just
an
like
extra
creating an
node. Remember
extra
that
node.
double
Remember
tap
that
twice.
double tap
So I'll
twice.
just double
So
tap
I'll
at the
just double tap
center.
at
Pam
center,
pam.
pam
Another
pam,
box comes
another
up.
box comes up.
Then I can go to my
Then I
color
can go to my
eyedropper,
color
select this
eyedropper,
blue
select this
also.
blue also.
Then I can come
Then I
here,
can come in here,
select this green.
select this green.
So you see it.
So you see it.
So I'm thinking
So
of
I'm
just
thinking
even
of just
using
even
just two
using
colors
just two
instead of
colors instead of
mixing all the
mixing
colors.
all the colors.
So these
So
boxes
these
can be
boxes
moved.
can be
You can
moved though.
remove
They
it
can be
around.
moved around.
You can move
You can move
these stuffs
the
around
stops around
like this.
like this.
So the same thing we
So
did
the same
outside
thing we
where we
did
have
outside where we have
linear
linear
fountain,
fountain,
we have
we have
elliptical
elliptical
fountain, we have
fountain, we
conical
have
fountain,
conical
we have
fountain,
this
we have
also.
this
But
also.
what we are using
But
is
what we are
this.
using is this,
Alright.
right?
So I want the green to
I
go
want the
abroad.
green
So
to go
just
abroad, so just
check it.
check
Then
it.
this place is
Then this
movable. You
place
can
is
move it
movable. You
around
can move it around
also,
also,
just like that.
just like that.
And we can
And we
just
can
make the
just make
smooth
the smooth
transparency
transparency
like that.
like that.
Then you can click on
Then you can
OK.
click on OK.
Right.
Right.
So it means that
So it
this
means that
stuff here cannot
this
be brown.
stuff here
It cannot
cannot
be
be
brown.
brown. It cannot
We're
be
going to
brown.
use the dark
We are
blue.
going to use the dark blue.
So whatever color you
So
selected
whatever
here,
color you selected
the
here,
CorelDRAW creates a
the
palette on
color
it
is a palette
underneath
on
here.
it.
So we can
Underneath
just
here,
select this
you can just
dark
select
blue.
this dark blue.
So for those who were in
So
class
for those
yesterday,
who were in
remember
class yesterday,
about
remember about
color
color
blue and green
blue
being on the
and green
same
being on the same uh,
side on the color
side
wheel.
on the color
So
wheel.
you know the color we
So you
used
know the
here,
color
the
we
kind of
use
color
this
we use
year.
here is
The kind of color
analogous.
we use here is analogous.
Definitely, this is an analogous
Definitely,
color.
this is an analogous
And I
color.
think this one
And
should
I
be
think
like
this one
maybe
should be like
a
maybe
split
should be a
complementary
split
or still
complementary
analogous if
or still
orange is
analogous
close
if
to brown
orange is close to
on the
brown
color wheel. So you
on the
can
color
check
wheel. So you
and
can check
tell me
and tell me
what color
what color
rule we used here.
row we
So they
used
say that
here.
because of
They say that because
I'm
of
already a
I'm
designer
already a
already,
designer
right?
already, right? So
I might not even
I might not
most
even
times
most times
need to like
need to like
use the color wheel
use the
before I
color wheel
even
before I even
know the right
know
colors
the
and
right
to use
colors
for a
and to
particular
use
design.
for a
So
particular
remember
design.
yesterday
So
I
remember
told you
yesterday I
about
told you about
colors and
colors and
giving meaning to
giving
design.
meaning
So I
to
told
design. So
you
I told you
that
that
for
for
durability,
durability,
some people
some
like to
people
use
like to
brown.
use
Right,
brown,
so that was the
right? So that
reason
was the reason
I use brown
I use
here.
brown here.
So try and
So
watch that
try
video
and
that
watch
we
that video
talked
that we
about
talked about
colors and stuff.
colors and stuff.
That's for those who
That's for
did not
those who
attend the
did
class.
not attend the class.
So you
So
understand
you understand
how we use
how we
colors
use colors.
in design.
Design.
Class is not even
Class
about
is not even
color
about
design.
color design.
Alright.
All
So you
right.
see
So you see, from just
having those
having
items
those items,
from just this
from
arrow,
just this arrow, I think
think it's this arrow,
I think
yeah.
it's this arrow,
From
yeah.
this simple
From this
arrow,
simple arrow,
we're able to like
we're
create
able to like create
two
two
simple logos,
simple logos,
right? But
right?
as and I
But as
told and I
and I
gave you
told and I gave
explanation
you
of these
explanation
logos,
of
right?
these
So
logos,
as
right?
time
So
goes
as
on,
time goes on,
we'll get to
we'll
understand
get to
how to
understand
design
how
logos
to
because that
design
is
logos, because that is
logo designing and
logo
branding,
designing and branding,
like my
right?
major
Like my
major
major
core
core
part of my
part of my
design journey. So
design journey. So
we are going to
we
learn
are going
about
to learn
how
about
we come
how
up with
we come
these
up with
logos, and
these
if you can
logos. And if
design
you can
logos,
design logos,
to make
to
illustrations
make
also will be
illustrations also will be
easy
so easy
for you because
because
to
to
design
design
logos
logos
we
we
have
have
to
to also
also
make
make sketch,
sketch,
right?
right?
So anybody want to
So
buy this
anybody
logo,
wants to
let
buy
them
this
come and
logo, let them come
talk.
and talk.
Post on my
Post
status.
on
Two
my
logo for
status. Two logo
sales.
for sales.
So let's get
So
into the
let's get into the
second line
second
of
line
our
of
notes and
our
see what we
notes and
can
see
create.
what we can create.
So we just
So we
combined
just combined
shapes
shapes
to
to
build a
build a
simple
simple
logo,
logo
demonstrating
demonstrating the
the
power of
vector graphics.
vector
All right.
graphics.
So
All right.
CorelDRAW has
So
a
CorelDRAW has a
user-friendly interface
user-friendly interface
with tools and
with
palettes
tools
that
and palettes that
facilitates the
facilitates
design
the
process.
design process.
So understanding
So
the workspace
understanding
is
the workspace
essential
is
for
essential
efficient work.
for
So
efficient
if you
work.
understand
So
your
if you
workspace,
understand your
you
workspace,
won't
you won't
have problem on
have
what
problem
to
on
when
what
you want to
to
draw a
do
box,
when
you
you want
know
to
where
draw
a
a
box
box. You
is.
know where a
When you want
box is.
to
When you want
give
to
transparency
give
to a
transparency
design, you know where
to
it
a
is.
design, you know where it
I'm
is.
not showing you guys
I'm
transparency
not
yet,
showing
so
you
there are
guys
still more
transparency
tools
yet, so there are still more tools
we are still going to
we are
try
still
to
going
explore
to
as we keep
try
going
to
on this
explore as
class.
we keep going on in this
So
class.
understanding the workspace is
So
essential
understand
for
the workspace is
efficient
essential
work.
for efficient
So
work.
let's
So
explore the
let's explore the
CorelDRAW
color
and customize our
and customize
workspace.
our
All
workspace.
right.
All right.
So
So
like I said,
like I said,
um, we
um,
can
we
move
can
most
move
of these tools
most of
here
these
are
tools here
movable,
are movable,
right?
right?
Especially these colors.
Especially these
I
colors.
think
I think
we can
we
ask
can
everything here to
ask
appear.
everything here to
Simple way to
appear.
do that is
Simple way to do
you
that is
right click,
you right
say
click,
view,
say view,
so color palette.
to
So
color palette.
the
So
two color I
the
have
two color I
outside
have
right now
outside right
is
now
just
is
RGB
just
and
RGB and
CMYK,
CMYK.
right? So the
Right.
default
So the
color is
default
the
color is the
the
default color
RGB.
is
So
the
if
RGB.
you
So
notice when I
if you notice when I
put my hand here,
put my hand here, I'm seeing
I'm
RGB.
seeing
I'm
RGB
seeing
also.
RGB
So
also.
I'm going to
So I'm going to remove
if I go to
if
view
I
and
go to
color
view a
palette,
color palette,
I'm going to remove
I'm
my
going to
default
remove my
color
default color
so that I will have
so that I
only
will have
RGB
only
there.
RGB there.
Then I can say
Then I
view
can say
again
view again
and
and
bring out
bring out
CMYK,
CMYK,
even though I don't need
even
it
though I
most
don't need
times.
it most times.
So yeah,
So
I have
yeah, I have
RGB blue and I have
and
CMYK
I have
blue.
CMYK.
So I'll bring out
So
an
I'll
extra
bring
colors.
out
You can see
an extra colors. Can
there's
see
a lot
all
of colors in
there's a lot
here,
of colors in here,
like
like
Pantone
Pantone,
Fashion,
Pantone Fashion,
HKS,
HKS,
Ocotone.
Ocotone.
So I'm just going to
So
bring
I'm just
only
going
the
to bring only
Pantone
the
coated
Pantone
color out
coated
because I
color
use it
out because I use
sometimes.
it sometimes.
So this Pantone
So
they
this
have
Pantone they have
either
either
you
you
realize
even
about
realize about
monochromatic colors.
monochromatic
So you
colors.
see yellow and
You
different
see
type of
yellow
yellows,
and different type of
different kind of
yellows,
reds,
different
and
kind
a
of
whole lot of
reds,
colors.
a whole lot
Now,
of
if this
colors.
space here is now
Now,
looking
if
so
this
much,
space here is
not to
now
worry,
looking
this
so much,
color
not to worry,
palette
this
can be
color
moved.
palette can
So
be
I can
moved.
move it by
So I
moving my
can move
mouse
it
up
by moving
here,
my mouse up
right,
here, right,
and bringing it down here,
and bringing it down here,
right. So I can place a color
right.
here.
So I can place a color
I
here.
can still place another
I
color
can
at the
still place
top here,
another color at the top here,
right. So I can see my color
right.
should
So
be
I can
up
see my
or
color should be
down,
up or
and
down,
still bring another
and
color
still bring
down
another
here.
color down here.
Let me bring out another
Let me
color.
bring out
I'm
another
going to
color.
use
Going to use
solid coated.
solid coated.
So you see, you can have
So you
colors
see,
everywhere. Even at this
you
side,
can
you can have colors here. So in case I don't want to see
you
my
can
toolbox, I
have
can click
colors
on view and you see toolbox here.
everywhere. Even at this, I
If I
have
click
colors.
on
So in case I
toolbox,
don't want
my
to see my
toolbox is going
toolbox,
to
I can click
disappear.
on
I won't
view and
have
you see
any
toolbox
toolbox
here.
anymore.
If I click on toolbox, my toolbox is going to disappear. I won't have any
So
toolbox
you can
anymore.
customize your
You can
corridor the way
customize
you
your
want it to look like.
corridor the way you want it to
Right.
look
So
like.
even all those tools at the
Right?
top,
Even all those tools at the
you can
top,
remove them. Printable
you can remove
areas,
them. Printable areas,
guidelines, all
guidelines,
whatsoever.
all
Now you can see
whatsoever.
that my corridor is in
Like I see
white.
that
You can
my
also
corridor is
change
in
it
white. You
to
can also
black.
change it
Right.
to
So in
black.
case you want like a
Right?
dark
So in
mode,
case you want like a
there's
dark
a
mode,
setting here. So
there's
you
a
click on
setting
your
here. So if you
options
click on your
or you click on
options
Control J
or you click on Control J
So you remember when I told you that
So you remember
I
when I
think
told you
the
that
other guy that
I
asked the
think
question,
the other
you
guy
can
that
change your
asked the question,
workspace to look like
I change
Adobe
your
Illustrator,
workspace to look like
to look
Adobe
like for
Illustrator,
illustration. In case you want
to
to
look
work on
like for
page layout, you select
illustration.
just page
In
layout.
case you want to work on page
And if you are
layout,
using
select
X,
just
it's
page layout.
X7. There are some
And you are
persons
using
that they
X
are
is
very very
X7.
used to
There's some persons that
X's.
they
So I
are
can
very,
click
very
on
used to
X's
X's.
here, and my
So I
color
can
is
click on
going to look
X's
like the
here and
color
my
of
color is going
X's.
to look like color X's.
All right. So these arrows
Right?
here,
So these arrows here,
I can tap them down and
I
see
can
more
tap them
tools.
down and see more
Right.
tools.
So all these things are
Right?
tools
So
in here.
all
So I
these
want to go
things
to my
are tools in here. So
appearance.
I want to go to my appearance.
So if your
So
corridor is too
if
small,
your corridor is
you
too
can zoom
small,
it
you can zoom it
to another extent
to another extent
so that you can see
so that you can
better.
see better.
But it's better. I think it's
But it's
okay
better, I
at this
think it's
point.
okay at this point.
I don't want it to be so big.
I don't want it to be so big. It's
Right, just like this.
right,
So it
just
might
like
look
this.
so small
So it
since
might
the
look so
second one is
small since the
better.
second one is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we can change from light
So
to
now we can
dark.
change
So
from
if I say
light
light,
to
we have
dark. So if
medium,
I
we
say
have dark,
light,
and we have black.
we have
So
medium,
I'm
we
going
have
to just
dark,
use dark.
and we have black. So I'm going to just use dark.
So when you have selected dark, you can now click on OK, and your screen is going to change to the color you want it to look like.
To the color you
Right?
want it to look
So it's
like.
going to be in dark
Right?
mode, and you can
It's
see
going to be
everything
in dark mode and you
well.
can see everything well.
Then also,
Then also,
instead of using dark mode, you
instead
can
of
also
using dark
select
mode, you can
colors,
also select
default
colors,
colors you want.
default
Let's say you
colors you
like
want.
pink.
Let's say you
You
like
can make
pink.
everywhere look
You can
pink.
make everywhere look
Right?
pink.
You can
Right?
change,
You can change
moving all these stuffs
moving all these
around.
stuffs around. You
You can see my page
can see
is
my
changing.
page
You can see
is
it there.
changing. You can see it there.
So you can make it to be
So you
black
can make it to be
still.
black still.
Then the desktop, how do you
Then
want
the
the
desktop,
desktop
how
to
do you
look
want the
like?
desktop to look like?
You can still do that
You can still
also
do that
from
also
here.
from here.
So whatever you like,
So
you
whatever
can
you like, you can
do to your
do
software,
to your software
and just whatever
and
works
just
best
whatever
for you.
works best for
So
you.
I would advise you
So
check
our
out
advice, you
most
check
of these
out
tools,
most of these tools,
find out how they work,
find out how they
and if you
work,
want, you can
and if you want,
rearrange,
you can
rearrange it. But I'm not
rearrange it.
saving
But I'm
mine.
not saving mine.
Let it go back to
Let it
white.
go back to white.
All right.
Right.
So
So
mastering the drawing
mastering the
tools. All
drawing
right.
tools. All right.
So today
So
we'll
today
create some
we'll create
simple
some
illustration,
simple illustration,
but
but
we don't have
we don't
enough time
have
to like
enough time
sketch
to like
right now. So what
sketch
I'll do
right
is
now. So what I'll do
I
is
would look for like
I would look for like
illustrations, like maybe
illustrations,
a cartoon
like maybe a
character
cartoon character
that has been drawn already, and we'll show you
that
that
has been drawn
the corridor
already,
tool can be used to like
and we'll show you
recreate all this.
that
Right, so you have seen how much we have done today from
the
this page
color
to
tool
this,
can
and then finally
be
this. So now let me just get illustration. So
used to
Corel
like
offers a wide array of drawing
recreate
tools, including various shapes, lines,
we
curves,
have done.
and more. So learning how to use these tools, learning how to use these tools is crucial for creating precise designs.
The color
So I want to be sure you guys can
offers a
still hear me.
create
Okay, thank you. So let me get back to what I was explaining. So I said Corel offers a wide array of drawing tools, including various shapes like lines, curves, and more. So we'll be able to like draw lines, all right? We'll be able to draw curves, we'll be able to draw more. So I've shown you that a box can be converted to a curve. I've shown you that a text can be converted to a curve. What text did I use? When I typed the plus sign. But I'm still going to like make more shapes. I think before I continue this stuff, I might do convert letter A and B and C and Z, change them into something else. So you see that even your text can be converted into whatever shape you want.
whatever
So practical,
shape you
we'll use
want.
this
Also,
practice
so
to use
practical, we'll use this
drawing tools by
practice to use
creating intricate
drawing
shapes,
tools by creating
manipulating lines and curves, and exploring
intricate
different
shapes,
tools. All
manipulating
right.
lines and curves, and exploring different
So let me
tools.
guess. Let me just
All
search
right.
for a simple
So
illustration.
let me just search.
might take a lot of time for we
It take
finish
a
it,
lot of
but
time for finish
let's see
it, but
how much we can.
let's see how much we can.
I think we should just go for this lion.
I think we should just go for this lion.
What is my say is it's
What is
easy.
my say is
So we
it's
start it.
easy. So we start it.
Please load properly.
Please load properly.
So to be able to like create these illustrations, you need
To be able to
to
like create these illustrations, you
master,
need
like we
to
said, the curve
master, like we
tool.
said,
The
the
curve
curve
tool.
tool, the curve
I think this line
tool.
is looking very very simple.
In this line, it's looking very, very simple.
I need the one that is we have to
I need the
curve
one that
a lot
is
of stuff.
we have to curve a lot of stuff.
Excuse me, sir. No, no, but I can't see
You're
your
not seeing my
picture
screen.
again.
You're not seeing my screen.
Yes.
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Check.
Me, I'm seeing my screen. Oh.
Me, I'm seeing my
Is there
screen.
anybody that is not seeing the screen
Is
also?
there anybody that is not seeing the screen also?
Your
I know
screen
my
is
screen is
showing.
showing.
I
It's
know
your
my screen is
network. It's
showing.
your network.
It's your network. It's your network.
Let's start from this one. Let's create this one. I'm
Let's start
copying
from
the
this one.
lion.
Let's create this one. I'm copying the lion.
All right, so I'll be doing it on a separate
All right, so I'll
video.
be doing it on a separate.
So I just copied. I'm going to paste.
So I just copied. I'm going to paste.
So if you want to create this,
If you want to
shape,
create
I think
this
even without teaching you
shape,
this
I
one
think
step,
even without teaching you
you
this
probably
one
should be able
self,
to create this
but you should be
easily.
able to create this
So
easily.
one of the most
So
simple
one of the
way
most
to
simple
learn how
way
to use
to
this
learn how
shape
to
tool
use this
is this very
shape
stuff I
tool
want to do for you
is
right
this
now.
very stuff I want to do for you right
Right.
now.
So
Right. So
if you are good with drawing,
if you are
drawing
good
on
with
paper, right,
drawing on
you
paper,
can draw
right, you can
illustrations
draw
like this.
illustrations
Maybe
like
with
this.
your pen, with your biro. Then you
Maybe
take a
with your
picture of
pen,
it,
with your
send it
bio,
to your computer,
then
then import it inside of
you
here.
take a picture
Then you
of
can
it,
now use
send
your tools, these
it to
tools we
your
have here, and replicate it.
computer.
So I can just say, okay, I stay outside of the
Do
design and replicate everything. But if you are practicing and you want to get better, you can trace over the design, right? As
then
a beginner, you can trace over the design.
put
So the
side of
first
it.
thing we are seeing here is a circle, right? So I'm going to draw a circle. So I'm going to draw a circle like this. So you see the reason why we have to like teach
We have like
all the
teach
beginning
all
level.
the beginning level.
Okay. So once you are able to draw a circle,
Okay.
you have already solved the first case. Now you might say, okay, you want to draw the lion's face, right? So how do you come up with this? Because there's no shape, that's going to help you do this. So what we can do is we'll just draw a box. We'll draw a box instead. So we'll convert this box to a curve. So we now have to convert the box to curve, which is Control Q. So, or you right click and you see convert to curve. So the moment you convert to curve, we can move these nodes around. So this, remember what we call nodes, this edge. So I move this to this edge, move this also. So I can create another node here. Place it there, yeah. You can move this here. you're working on stuff like this, make sure you zoom in most times so that you see what you're doing. So we have gotten that shape. Now we need to get here also, so we're going to just draw another box, convert that same box to a curve also. Alright, so here again I can basically just convert to curve, tap, then I can delete here also. So don't bother about what you're saying now. I'm going to do all that stuff like this. So I'll draw this box right here. Come back to a curve also. I'll create a node down here. Delete this one and delete this. I think it's not even. I might not move this one downwards. Just leave it that way. See why later. Then I have another box down here. So convert to curve again. Get upwards. So I'll delete this edge here. Okay. So I'll be showing you later on what is called path leaf. So I'll draw this box again. There are shortcuts I might have taken, but let's just follow all the process. finally the body. Ctrl Q, just blend here and there, blend here also. I think the only thing remaining is the whiskers. So for that one we'll use a line. We'll use the freehand tool to just draw a straight line up here, draw another one down, connect another one, connect another one. So you can see that the lines are curved, so we have to like come here, left click and curve, move it upwards, curve. So instead of drawing it again, I can just group it, Ctrl G, and duplicate. Then remember the mirror horizontal, mirror vertical. So I'll just mirror it this way. Place it there. So now let me move it out. So you see, this is what we're seeing now. So I'm going to like give it colors from here. So we'll copy this orange first, fill it up, copy this also. So we're going to send this to the back. So to do that, we have shift page down. So look for a keyboard, click shift page down, and it goes to the back. Alright, so let's copy the yellow also. So we have to bring this one forward. So we shift page up, then copy this color, I think this one needs to come forward also. Shift page up, then this should come forward. We have two different colors in here. This one will fill here, and this will fill here. So the only thing remaining is this whiskers. So remember I told you about converting outline to object. So I'll make this outline a bit thicker to like 1.0. So let's go to F12. There's a reason why I'm going there, because if I zoom closer here, you see this edge is box. So I want it to be like rounded corners. So remember our line caps. So I'm making it line caps like this. Then it's grouped, so I have to ungroup it. Then go to my object and see convert outline to object, like that. And this one also, I would say F12, line caps 1.0. So if you go to objects, right, and the items you are holding are grouped, you will be able to convert outline to objects. So make sure you ungroup them first. Then you go to objects, to convert outline to objects. So I'm copying his own color. We can even just delete this one, sir. So I'm duplicating it in mirror. So I'll make it fit to where this one is. Top L. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'll remove the airlines. You see that the airlines are still there, so you can still notice stuff. So let's remove the airlines like this. Now they look similar completely. Now let's check for some little errors. So you can see that this one is cutting outside, right? It's cutting outside it. But for this, we don't have what is cutting out. So we can simply just use our mouse to rearrange them. So as simple as that, you can. Hey, whoa. I just see am. The internet has gone off. Why is it the opposite? Oh my god. Trying to rejoin my call back. Sorry, my internet went off before. Screen is not sharing yet. So we'll do one more illustration, but this time around, this one we have like curved shapes. Sharing now. I hope you can see. How many of you can see right now, please? Show the reaction from that account. Let's create one more illustration and we'll Alright. So I brought in another illustration. So you saw how easy this first one was because we just use circles and box. We'll do the same thing here. I think this one is way more easier. But why I brought another stuff here because of these circles. So let's start from the head. So the first thing they have here is this. So we duplicate the curve, Ctrl Q. So I'll create nodes. So most of I see this stuff as skeletal. So I remove this part, remove this part, remove this and this. So we'll be able to like get the shape of that head. Next thing we want to draw is this. So let's convert it to a curve also, Ctrl Q. So we can now create a node at all the edges where you need these nodes. So you zoom closer. Find out if these things are working well. Now there are shortcuts I will use now. Watch. Now instead of creating a node here and bringing it down, another way you can go about this is remember the simplifier I told you. So I'll bring the stuff upward, shift page up. Then I will hold it and the box I've drawn. And just click on let's simplify. So immediately it cuts out that shape. Right. So let's get into the next thing we want to draw. So let's draw the eyes. So person might say, okay, use circle, but I would prefer to use box. or you might even use the line tool, but the box tool is kind of better. So convert the box to a curve, then move this node to this side, create another node, move it upwards. So all these things takes time, but you have to be patient with it. So now that we have gotten a shape like this, we'll now convert here to a curve again. So click, left click, and then right click, then say to curve, and we can move this like this. So if you're not satisfied with how curved it's looking, you can tap on this. There are some arrows here, so you can move these arrows anyhow you want them until you feel that okay, this one is perfect. So let's do the same for here. I'll delete this node here. I can use my arrows and arrange. So here also I'll call so I'm going to draw a circle in. I'll use a circle. I'm having like a sharp edge here. Let me move this sharp edge. Let's see if I can arrange it with just the arrows. Alright, so there's no need drawing this one again. So let's just duplicate. So what we'll do is that we'll rotate it using mirror horizontally. So we are going to use polygon. As you can see here. So how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll make it. No, it's just 6. So place it here, and we can make it bigger. Let's use a box here. Should we draw this whiskers again, or I'm going to take from that line? So I borrow whisker. like my computer
Like my
mic is not
computer
working
mic is
anymore.
not working anymore.
Let me use my phone mic
Let me
this
use my
time.
phone mic this time.
So I just borrowed these
So I
whiskers
just borrowed these
from
whiskers
our
from
lion
our lion
instead of wasting
instead of
time
wasting
to
time
draw it
to
again.
draw it again.
So for here,
So for here,
I think it should
I
just be
think it
circle
should
now.
just be circle now.
You can
You
I should
can
know you can use
as you
box
know
to
you can
achieve
use
it,
box
but
to achieve it, but
let's use a circle
let's
instead.
use the circle instead.
Let's see. I will use
Let's say
two
I will
styles.
use two
Remember, I said
styles.
we can
Remember
simplify.
I said we can
Now,
simplify.
if I don't want to use simplify,
Now
I
if I
want
don't
to
want to
try
use
to use
simplify,
this
I want to
arc
try to
tool.
use this arc tool.
Let me just move this
Let me
around.
just move this around.
Yo, wow. So the arc tool work well.
The arc tool work well.
So I'll just
So
duplicate.
just
Oh,
duplicate. Oh,
it's showing as a line.
it's showing as a line.
So you have to change it back to
So
a
you have
pi.
to change it back to a pi.
I think as a pi it didn't
I
work
think as a pi it didn't work.
because it's cutting inside
So
here.
it's cutting inside here.
So last I'm going to
So
use that
I'm
simplify
going to
tool.
use that simplify tool.
So for you to be able to
So
use
for you to
simplify,
be able to use simplify,
it means that the item you are
it
using
means
to
that the
simplify
item
the
you're using
other
to
should be
simplify
on
the
top of
other
it.
should be on top
That's what
of
I
it.
mean. So if I should give
That's
this
what I
one a
mean. So if
color
I should
now,
give this one a color now,
see that it's on top of the
see that
box,
it's on top of the box,
and the box is
and the
here,
box is here,
right?
right?
So instead of
So instead
that,
of
I'm going
that,
to
I'm going
lift this
to
one
lift
upwards.
this
So I'm
one
going to say,
upwards. So I'm going to
I'm
say,
going to tap on the face
I'm going to tap
itself
on the
and
face
say
itself and say
shift page up.
shift space up.
Oh, watch your miss. Eh? Okay, you'll be
Esther, why is your mic
on.
on?
Esther, why is your mic on?
So
So I just
lifted the face up, so we
lifted the
can bring the
face
face
up.
up
So you
by
can bring
pressing
the face up
Fn
by
shift
pressing
page
Fn,
up.
shift page
It
up.
comes up.
It
So I'm
comes
going to
up.
use it to
So I'm going
trace
to use it to
this
trace
here.
this
So
here.
I'm going to click,
So I'm going to
then
click
hold it to the
and
here
hold
and
it to the
say
here and say
simplify.
simplify.
Alright, so I'm going to remove the color
Alright,
now
so I'm
so
going to remove the color now so
you can see what
you
we're
can
doing.
see what we're doing.
So I can duplicate
So I
this
can
here
duplicate this here
since you already have it, then
since you
turn
already
it
have it
around,
then turn it around,
place it down here.
place it down here.
And we'll do the same thing that
And
we
we'll do
did
the
before
same thing that we
using
did
it to
before, using it to
simplify.
simplify.
Alright. I think
Alright.
we are almost done.
I think we are almost done.
So the only thing remaining
So the
now
only
is
thing
just
remaining
this
now
last
is
body.
just this last body.
So for that we could
For
just
that, we
draw a
could just
straight box
draw a straight box
like that.
like
I'm
that.
about to curve Ctrl
I'm about to
Q
move Ctrl Q
and
and
move to this edge.
move to this edge.
Then
Then
I will just duplicate it
I
again,
will just
Ctrl D.
duplicate it again, Ctrl D.
Then mirror it. That's
Then
just
mirror
mirror
it.
it to this
That's just
side.
mirror it to this side.
So I'll simply just
So
use
I will simply
this
just
face
use
to
this face
cut
to
this part that I
cut
don't need.
this part that I don't need.
So let's do that.
Let's do that.
Simplify. Let's bring it
Simplify.
upwards.
Let's bring it upwards.
Cut the
Cut
base we
the
don't need out.
base don't need out.
So now let me take out what
So
we've
now let me
drawn
take out what we've drawn
outside.
outside.
So you see what we've drawn here.
This is what we've drawn here.
So you know the drill.
So you know
Copy
the
the
drill.
colors using the color
Copy the
eyedropper.
colors using the color eyedropper.
have to bring all.
I have to
I
bring
have to send
all.
him
I have to
backwards.
send him
But if I should
backwards.
give him his
But
color
if I should
now,
give him his color now,
it's going to be at the front,
it's
right?
going to
So
be
I'm
at the
shifting
front,
page
right?
down.
So I'm shifting page down.
Shift page down.
Shift page down.
Copy his car.
Copy his
Fill it.
car. Fill it.
I think they are the same color.
I think they are the same color.
So remove their
So
airlines.
remove their airlines.
Now I can now zoom in
Now I
and
can
check
now zoom in and check
for any small
any small
compatibility error.
compatibility error.
So as easy as that.
So
So
as
the
easy
advice
as
I will
that.
give is
So the advice I'll give is
you look for more
you
illustrations
look for
like
more
this.
illustrations like this.
You can download them or you
You can
can just
download
copy
them or you
them,
can just copy them,
bring them into Corel Draw,
bring
then
them into
try
Corel Draw and
practicing
try
with them.
practicing with them.
So you can see that you
So
can
you
create
can see that you can create
basically anything. So
basically anything. So
this is the job of someone
this is the
already,
job of
right?
someone
We
already,
just
right? And we
recreated
just
it here
recreated
and
it
now
here and now.
without stress,
Without
everything
stress,
done inside
everything
here.
done
So you can see
inside
that
here. So you
illustrations
can see
can
that
be created here.
illustrations can be
That's why we
created
say that
here.
it is a
That's why we say that
vector-based
it is a
design tool.
vector-based
A
design
design like
tool.
this is
A
what we
design
call
like this is what we
vector-based.
call
Like
vector-based.
what you can
Like
change the
what you
colors,
can change the
you can
colors, you can
manipulate it,
manipulate
blend it,
it,
whatsoever
bend
way
it, whatsoever way
you want.
you
Esther,
want.
your hands is up,
Esther,
but
your
I
hands
don't
is
know
up, but I
whether
don't
it's a
know
question you want to
whether it's
ask
a
or you
question you want to
mistakenly
ask or you
raise your hand.
mistakenly raise your hand up.
I was trying to tell you that my screen was not sharing.
Okay, but now it's showing.
Okay, but now it's showing.
Alright. Your screen is not showing. See now.
Sharing.
Your screen is not showing. See now.
I don't know what is wrong with
I
your
don't know
internet, but
what
it's
is wrong with
showing
your
up,
internet.
showing
It's showing
everywhere.
up, showing everywhere.
So the
So
best way to learn
the best way
doing
to
this
learn
is
doing
putting
this
theory
is
into
put
practice,
theory
right?
into practice,
With
right?
hands-on
And on
exercise. So you can see the two exercises we've done today.
exercise we've done
We have
today.
practiced
We
logo
have
for a
practiced
fictional
logo for a
company,
fictional
which
company,
involved
which
using
involved
vector
using
shapes,
vector shapes, manipulating text,
manipulating
and
with color
experimenting with
combinations. So
color
you saw the two
combinations.
colors
So you
that we
saw the
used
two colors that we
for
used
Code Hub and
for
for
Code Hub
Prime
and for
Cargo.
Prime
Then the
Cargo.
practical
Then
exercise,
the
we
practical
teach us
exercise,
how to
we
harness
teach
our
us how to
Corel
harness
power
our
for
color
creating
power for
stunning
creating
and versatile logos.
stunning and versatile logos.
By the end, which we have
By
come
the
to,
end, which
we
we
have
have come
solid
to,
drafts
we
of
have
the
solid
Corel Draw
drafts of the
capabilities,
Corel Draw
drawing tools,
capabilities drawing
and
tools,
the ability to
and the
work with
ability of
vector
working
graphics
with vector
and with
graphics
some experience.
and with some
So
experience.
let me just create like I said I was going to create three icons here using alphabets, right? So let's use B. We'll just do with letter B and then with letter Z. So I won't use the normal Gilroy, I'll go for Gilroy Heavy. Right. So to break text apart, two text, the shortcut is Ctrl K. I've said it before. So if we click on Control K, I can remove one or another. So this B now, I'm going to convert this B to a curve, right? So to convert to a curve, you already know it is Control Q, right? So if I press Control Q, it's now a curve, so we can't even type with it anymore. So look at the difference. If I click on this Z, you will see the font name. If I click on the B, you won't see the font name because now the B is now an object. How did that happen? By clicking on Control Q. Now there are two ways of breaking curve apart. So we can break curve apart by clicking on this B by pressing Control K. Right, so if I click on Control K, immediately I can take this B out and delete these other ones, right? Or I can just go to my shape tool and just draw a box over here and delete. Alright, so anyone you feel you want to use. So like this now, I can use this B to design another thing. So I want to duplicate this B. So we name this one book club. And I want to use a different color for this. So let's see what we can do with letter Z also. So I'll convert this Z to curve, Control Q. So it is going to look like the Zenith Bank logo. Just watch what we do. I'll use the shape tool. And I'll delete the nodes that I don't need. So we'll duplicate this one, bend it upside down. wouldn't be using their style. So I'll change it to an airline this time around. Yeah. Then I'll make the objects, remember, convert outline to objects. So I'll weld it. So when you weld, they become one, right? So edit, copy properties of this. So copy properties is like copying the color of another object. So that's the same thing I'm going to do now. I want to copy the color of this particular, because if I use the color eyedropper is going to only select one particular color. So but if I use copy properties, if I just click on this object, it's going to have the color. But I don't want it to have this blue kidney. I want to change it to red. So I'm going to come here and tap here and just slide my stuff upwards. Let's use that instead. So let's see how this is going to work out. And move this one here. Finally, I'm going to use like so you see that with Corel we can create simple logos like this. We can create simple illustrations, all by practicing how to use your curve tool, your box tool, circle, polygon. So you just need to like master these tools. So when you master them, everything would become easier. All right. So if you have not still installed that software up till now, there's no way you'll be able to practice all we are doing right now. So please, you just try your best to get this software installed before coming today, I sent it to the remaining batches of email that I received today. So please just try it out. And for those who are already practicing the assignment, there's no way we can help you out if you do not submit. All right, so try to submit so that I would see what you have done. So when I see what you have done, then we can make corrections on what you are doing. So